What do nutty professors, werewolves, Bigfoot, and Bela Lugosi have in common?
It's a matter of recombinant ribonucleic acids unzipped by radioactive quinine peptide.
Close, but the correct answer is Rick Baker, considered by many to be the Michelangelo of modern makeup effects. Baker has won 4 Best Makeup Academy Awards for his work on The Nutty Professor, Ed Wood, Harry and the Hendersons, and An American Werewolf in London. In a makeup career that spans more than 40 films, Baker built this mechanical bat for Batman Returns, created a gaggle of gremlins for Gremlins 2, gave birth to a bulletproof baby for Baby's Day Out, and duplicated pandas for The Amazing Panda Adventure. Before a Rick Baker character reaches the screen, it is tested, tortured, and played with.
I think that's, again, what makes me me, is that I play and have fun playing, and I'll play with the puppets that we make, and then that's how I create. It's, you know, creative play, you know, and I get paid for it.
Men in Black headquarters, a place where men are men and aliens wait in line for passports. In the sci-fi adventure comedy Men in Black, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones star as secret agents who police Earth's intergalactic immigrants.
Compared to you humans, I'm on the top rung of the evolutionary ladder.
To supervise Jones and Smith's alien co-stars, executive producer Steven Spielberg and director Barry Sonnenfeld set their sights on Baker.
This is the closest we are in anybody.
You always want to pick Rick because he's the best at this in the world, and you never think you can get Rick. And I was very lucky.
In Men in Black, Baker's aliens use inventive disguises to try and pass as humans.
That's it, Mikey. Hand me your head. Now put up your arms and all your flippers.
Within Men in Black headquarters, aliens of all shapes and sizes appear in their natural form.
I want to get away from that guy. He's grouchy.
God, right?
It's like, Rick, come on, man. Where'd that come from? Some of the creatures he created, like the slug guy, is just a big, nasty slug guy. You know, how do you dream that up?
For Baker, Men in Black offered a unique opportunity to strut his stuff.
There you go.
Men in Black was just like, you know, my whole life rolled into one movie, and as far as all the stuff that we made. We had makeups, we had guys in rubber suits, we had mechanical puppets, we had a little bit of everything.
Baker's first big-screen alien creations inhabit a remote cantina in the George Lucas classic, Star Wars. For Men in Black, Baker again tries to create an array of aliens as diverse as life itself.
Think of the varied life forms that we have on this planet and how different they are, how different a deep sea creature is than, you know, than what you and I are. You know, we were trying to do some way out things.
What does he think about? What is he eating at night to make him dream that kind of stuff?
The universe is a large and varied place in our story.
One of the stranger inhabitants of the Men in Black universe is this tiny alien known as Chucky.
In the original script, Chucky lifted up his neck and a light came out. And we thought, well, that's not very cool. You know, we could come up with a better idea. So we talked about it. We thought it'd be cool to do this little man inside a giant robot's head. They liked the effect, so they decided to write some lines for him.
To prevent you trying to struggle?
War?
And I was moved, you know, because he's so cute. And that was actually one of the first aliens that I saw when I came on the film, and that really charged me up. I was extremely excited after that.
Another of Baker's contributions were the caffeine-addicted, chain-smoking aliens known simply as the Worm Guys.
The Worm Guys are slackers, man, and they're like worms with arms and legs. You know, so they look cool, and they're fun, but they're rude. They call you names and stuff when you come in the room.
Hi, fellas. There's no decaf, is it? Oh, don't tell me we just got that powdered stuff for cream. I hate that stuff. Oh, thanks.
In addition to creating aliens with puppets, Baker uses traditional makeup techniques to transform actor Vincent D'Onofrio into Edgar, a farmer whose skin is borrowed by an alien. Baker carefully adds protruding claws and spines to suggest the alien creature lurking within.
It just looks so real. It's like his skin is rotting off. You know, you can't tell where the makeup starts and where Vincent stops, or where Vincent stops and the makeup starts.
Baker's aliens delighted even their toughest audience. The cast and crew, who have worked on countless films and thought they'd seen it all.
It's really cool, isn't it?
Coming up, the real beasts that inspired movie Werewolves. And we'll have a front row seat as Baker turns Eddie Murphy into the Nutty Professor.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered.
Before Baker, werewolves had howled their way through more than 40 films. The first recorded mention of a werewolf goes all the way back to the Greek philosopher Plato, who wrote of a legendary tyrant who transformed into a bloodthirsty wolf. During the Middle Ages, it was believed that werewolves were created through black magic. Because werewolves combined the fear of witchcraft and the fear of wolves, the belief in werewolves triggered one of Europe's greatest witch hunts. Between 1520 and 1630, 30,000 people accused of being werewolves were executed in France alone. French Parliament even passed a law expelling werewolves from the country. Humans were not the only ones to suffer. Wolves were hunted mercilessly in case they were a werewolf in wolf form. In 1764, a creature known as the Beast of Gévaudan began a 3-year reign of terror that paralyzed northern France. Exhibiting human cunning and ferocity, what is now believed to have been an oversized wolf killed more than 100 people before it was finally slain by a silver bullet through the heart. Today, the myth of the werewolf is kept alive by tabloids and Hollywood effects masters like Rick Baker. Baker also sank his teeth into a less fearsome makeup transformation when he turned Eddie Murphy into 400-pound Nutty Professor Sherman Klump. While making the Nutty Professor, Baker and Murphy became friends who stuck together through thick and thin.
What's nice is he's not afraid of the makeup. When you make him up, he like sits and looks at it, works with it, and makes magic. I mean, he really makes the makeups work.
Because they don't look like makeups. They look like, you know, this real person.
When it was suggested to cut some of Murphy's characters to save money, Baker and Murphy rose to their defense.
I called Eddie and I said, you have to get out here. We got to do some tests. We got to show them what they're going to cut out.
The makeup tests literally saved the Klump family's skin and allowed Murphy to play everyone at this dinner table except the child.
And it's one thing to be able to change your voice and to change your mannerisms and all that, but then to have whole skin too to go with it. That's real cool.
To reshape Murphy into the 400-pound Nutty Professor, Baker devises a form-fitting bodysuit that will add bulk without weighing down the actor.
And it's basically a big hollow pad. What we actually did is have pockets in there where we could put water balloons, basically, to make it bounce around and look like it has weight.
Nice sort of natural movement.
It's time to see if this stuff really works.
After the Nutty Professor drinks his miraculous weight loss serum, Murphy appears without makeup as Sherman's ultra-thin alter ego, Buddy Love. Hey! Baker's biggest challenge is showing the transition from Buddy to Sherman when the serum wears off. Baker's secret ingredients for startling transformations that take place right in front of the camera are inflatable bladders. These will be worn underneath Murphy's clothing.
Whoa.
Or even under a thin layer of makeup. When Baker is testing his illusions, even a single piece of chocolate can lead to a stunning transformation.
I thought it'd be really interesting to do fast transformation, to be able to inflate a huge bladder that had a specific shape to it. So we devised these big bladders that covered up most of Eddie's face and neck so that certain areas would blow up more than others and would conform to a certain specific shape. But we could also have a tank full of air that we could just throw a lever and it just dumps all this air into it. So it just goes, and just swells up like that. You know? And it was pretty cool.
When Baker's inventive inflatables and spectacular makeup appliances are combined with computer animation by the digital team at Rhythm and Hues, Murphy's startling transformations bring new meaning to having a fat lip, a lead foot, and a split personality.
On my hand, you fat motherfucker. One more word, buddy, I'll tear your arm off.
After 70 grueling 18-hour days during filming of The Nutty Professor, Baker had to say goodbye to Sherman Klump and the other characters he and Murphy created.
All of a sudden, it was kind of like, I'm not going to see Sherman anymore, you know, and that was kind of a weird moment, a weird kind of sad day that, you know, my friend is going away, you know, and I'm fond of Sherman.
With his innovative makeups for The Nutty Professor, Baker has once again demonstrated that he is a top contender for Makeup Heavyweight Champion of the World. Coming up, we'll find out what Rick Baker does on Halloween and get a rare tour of his secret laboratory.